No more short-term rentals like Airbnbs in another local city. We've reported in the past on out-of-control parties at a few of these properties. City leaders say this new plan will cut down on that negative impact in the community. Catherine Huntley has a story now at 3.
Mayfield Heights homeowners in single-family home neighborhoods like this can no longer make an extra buck by listing their place on Airbnb or Vrbo. If they do, they could be charged with a misdemeanor 1, which could mean up to 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Mayfield Heights City Council recently unanimously passed the new short-term rental amended ordinance. According to the city, it's designed to prohibit short-term rentals in single-family residential districts while allowing them in areas that they say are better suited, like areas with multifamily homes or apartment buildings. They are now prohibited in all the white areas you see here on the zoning map. The city's building department director sent us a statement about the reason for the change, saying in part, the transient nature of short-term rentals in single-family residential districts has been found to negatively impact surrounding properties. This ordinance aims to mitigate those effects and ensure the integrity of our residential neighborhoods. Some people we spoke to off camera agreed that short-term rentals can be disruptive, especially if they're party homes. But most we spoke to believe bad behavior by a few shouldn't impact all.
I think there needs to be more opportunities for people right now, especially with the economy the way that it is. You know, if someone's down and out and they don't have the money, I think that should be an opportunity for them.
To be able to rent your home to somebody and risk going to jail for 6 months, I mean, that's just crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy.
In a quick search of Airbnb, I found 2 existing rentals here in Mayfield Heights in the prohibited zone for this weekend. But the question remains, how strictly will this now be enforced? For now, in Mayfield Heights, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.